I'm Akira,
and you're watching
Dante's Boxing Nation.
That was good.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So you already know by now the European assassin Canelo Alvarez is fighting against European John Ryder next from the UK. Canelo Alvarez, he beat Rocky Fielding, he beat Caleb Smith, and he beat Billy Joe Saunders. Guess who they beat? They all beat John Ryder. And this is who Canelo Alvarez decides to fight next, instead of avenging his loss to Bivol. Now there's talks of Canelo Alvarez fighting Edgar Berlanga after that. So while Devin Haney is fighting the man that old media said was greater than Floyd Mayweather, Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, they couldn't touch him. This is what Bob Arum said. And ESPN's at the time, Dan Rafael, said that Lomachenko would beat Floyd Mayweather. This is who Devin Haney is fighting next. He was recently on the pound-for-pound list, above Devin Haney, until they found out that Loma had to fight Devin Haney. Then they removed Lomachenko from their list and replaced him with Devin. But it doesn't matter how much they try to erase right now, how much damage control they try to do right now. Everything they've already said is documented, and that will never change. Old media, they can try to start making all the excuses they want for why Devin Haney may beat Lomachenko, but that does not change what they have already said on record. So that's who Devin Haney is fighting next. Gervonta is fighting Ryan Garcia next, someone that they had on the Fantastic Four, right? This is a fight that the whole boxing world wants to see. Shakur Stevenson moved up to 135, wanted all of the smoke. He wanted Pitbull Cruz. He wanted William Zepeda, who just got a big win over Diaz. When it comes to Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, they've been negotiating for quite some time. Regardless of who you want to blame it on, if you want to say it's Terrence Crawford's fault, it's Errol Spence's fault that the fight has not happened. The fact that they are negotiating, and they've been negotiating for this long, that means that they want to fight against each other. Because if you compare it to Canelo's situation, Canelo never negotiated with Andre, David Benavidez, or Charlo. He's never negotiated with any of them. Canelo told us out of his own mouth he did not want to fight Demetrius Andrade, and he said because he is a quote-unquote horrible fighter. But then he says that he'd be willing to fight Jake Paul. And now he's fighting against John Ryder, who lost to all of the opponents that he beat. Not to mention, after he said that Andre was a horrible fighter, I had my reporter, Skip, ask him the question, who would you say is better out of Charlo and Andrade? Canelo, he said, I can't say because they're both great fighters. You see, that question forced Canelo Alvarez to speak a little bit of the truth. So this is my question. Despite knowing all of these things about Canelo Alvarez, old media has, of course, been still pushing the narrative that Canelo Alvarez is the best, or he's pound for pound one of the best. For quite some time before he lost to Bivol, they were saying that he was better than Crawford, than Spence. He was the best in the world, including reporters like Ellie Setback, who goes around telling black boxers that are better than Canelo Alvarez that Canelo Alvarez is number one, the best fighter in the world, including black fighters like Gervonta Tank Davis, who constantly gives Ellie Setback all access exclusive interviews. So once again, Ellie is constantly telling people that Canelo Alvarez is number one. He's the Michael Jordan of the sport today. And keep in mind, this is after Canelo Alvarez lost to Bivol, that people like Ellie are saying Canelo is the best in the world. If you guys recall, right after Canelo Alvarez lost to Bivol, at that time there were currently 3 undisputed champions in the sport of boxing, and there was only one of them that had just came off of a loss. That's Canelo Alvarez. And people like ESPN still had Canelo Alvarez on their pound-for-pound list when they didn't even have Devin and Jermell Charlo on the list at all, the other 2 undisputed champions. But like I said, that changed once they found out Devin was fighting Lomachenko. Now they put Devin on the list, but Jermell Charlo is still not there. We know what time it is. So this is my question, and let me set it up. When it comes to Floyd Mayweather, to this day, we always hear everyone in the sport of boxing, from boxing fans to even old media, saying Who is the next Floyd Mayweather? Shakur is the next Floyd. No, Devin is the next Floyd. Who is the next Floyd? Hell, I even remember when Mikey Garcia was coming up, Ellie Setback would do interviews with Mexican fans. Mexican fans would say that Mikey Garcia is the Mexican Floyd Mayweather. They were saying that on Ellie's channel. Multiple fans were saying that. Not the next Canelo, not the next Chavez, not the next Salvador Sanchez, but the next Floyd Mayweather.
Mikey Garcia is the best 135 pounds down, and I think he's got the best boxing skills. You know, you can consider him the next, you know, everybody keeps considering Adrian Broner the next Mayweather, but you know what, I say Adrian Broner's overrated, and I think that Mikey Garcia is the Mexican Mayweather.
You hear this, Milano? He said Mikey Garcia is the Mexican Mayweather.
Mikey Garcia? Yeah.
Now listen, there's no secret. Mexican fans in general despise Floyd Mayweather. They call him a coward. They say he's just nothing but a runner. They use code words to diss Mayweather and other black fighters, like calling him a defensive fighter, which makes no sense at all when you're landing more punches and sometimes even throwing more punches than your opponent, because that's what Mayweather did against Manny Pacquiao. And this proves what I've been telling you guys on this channel since day one. They have always wanted a Mayweather. They just wanted a Mayweather to come in their race, be from their country, or more importantly, just not be black. Because as you guys just heard from the fans, once Mayweather is no longer black, he's no longer a runner. He's no longer a defensive fighter. He's no longer boring. He's no longer hated by the Mexican fans. Now it is the complete contrary. He is loved and idolized by Mexican fans when he is Floyd Garcia and not Floyd Mayweather. Here's another fun fact for you. Speaking of Mikey Garcia, did you guys know Mikey Garcia and Mikey Garcia's father and trainer both called Floyd Mayweather the greatest fighter of all time? Did you guys know that? But Mikey and his father, they're not the only Mexicans that have said that. I'm talking about Mexican fighters or trainers. Many Mexican fighters and trainers have said that. Oscar De La Hoya as well called Floyd Mayweather the greatest fighter of all time on multiple occasions. In fact, Oscar De La Hoya called Floyd Mayweather the greatest fighter of all time when Floyd Mayweather was 32 years old. Guess who else is 32 years old today? Canelo Alvarez. How come no one is saying that Canelo Alvarez is arguably the greatest fighter of all time? Or even top 3, one of the greatest fighters of all time, or even top 10? How come we never hear anyone say, oh, this is going to be the next Canelo? We heard Shakur Stevenson say, I'm the next Floyd Mayweather. How often do you hear a Mexican boxer say, I'm the next Canelo Alvarez? Or once again, some fans, some trainers, or some boxers doing interviews saying, this guy right here is the next Canelo Alvarez. You guys notice we never hear anyone say that? I mean, if you truly believe that Canelo Alvarez at one point was the pound for pound king, when you say someone is the best fighter in the world, that means at that time they are the Michael Jordan of the sport. And we all know everyone wants to be like Mike. So if all of these fighters want to be like Floyd Mayweather, just like Canelo Alvarez trying to do the Floyd Mayweather shoulder roll, trying to fight like Floyd Mayweather, if everyone wants to be like Floyd Mayweather, how come nobody, or damn near no one, wants to be the next Canelo Alvarez? And clearly I'm not talking about being popular, being liked the most by Mexican fans. I'm talking about being the Michael Jordan of the sport. Because at the end of the day, that is what every athlete aspires to be. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
One of the most anticipated dog breedings has finally been confirmed. The pups from this pairing of Zeta and DMX will be born very soon. We are now accepting deposits. Our pups will come with ears cropped and a 2-year health guarantee. Get ahead of the pack on purchasing a puppy by contacting NWA Cane Corsos on Instagram at NWA Cane Corsos. Call or text 479-326-1603 with any questions. A guard dog is your first line of defense. These will be the right pups for the job.